Hello students. So let us continue with our previous chapter, that is periodic classification of elements. Now the modern periodic table was prepared by Bohr. It is also known as long form of periodic table. In the modern periodic table, the elements are arranged in the order of increasing atomic number in horizontal rows called as periods. Okay. So here the elements are arranged in the order of increasing atomic number. Okay. Now, so modern periodic law, it states that properties of elements are the periodic function of their atomic number, not atomic masses. Okay. Now you can see this periodic table here. Even you can refer the periodic table that is given in your book. Okay. Now, first is position of elements in periodic table. What is the position of elements in the periodic table, that you have to understand first. First, just open page number 86 of your NCERT book, or you can also refer the periodic table given in the slide. Now students, you can see in the periodic table that there are 18 groups. These downward vertical columns are called as groups. So there are 18 groups, and then there are 7 periods. These horizontal rows are called as periods, and downward vertical columns are called as groups. So there are 18 groups and there are 7 periods. Now you will see in the periodic table that in third period, group number 3 to 12, elements of group 3 to 12 are called as transition elements. Okay. Now again you see here, you see in the sixth period that the elements from atomic number 58 to 71, they are placed at the bottom of the periodic table. And here the first element, that is lanthanum. So all the elements after lanthanum, that is from atomic number 58 to 71, are placed at the bottom of the table, periodic table, and are called as the lanthanides. Same way you can see in period 7, that is from atomic number 90 to atomic number 103, all the elements are placed at the bottom of the periodic table. And here actinium, that is the first element having the atomic number 89. So all the elements after 89, that is from 90 to 103, are called as actinides. Now here the elements in the modern periodic table, the elements are placed in the order of increasing atomic number. So the elements belonging to same group, they have the same atomic number, or you can say they have same electronic configuration. When the elements were arranged in the order of increasing atomic number, the elements which fall in the same group, they have same electronic configuration or atomic number. So if they will have same atomic number, definitely they will have same electronic configuration. Now just take for an example, you just see group 1. In group 1, don't include hydrogen, because hydrogen position is not confirmed. So you take case of lithium, that is in period 2, sodium in period 3, and potassium. Now here you see the lithium, the atomic number of lithium is 3. So its electronic configuration is 2 and 1, because 2 electrons will accommodate in first shell and 1 will accommodate in the second shell. Now you take the case of sodium. Even in case of sodium also, the atomic number of sodium is 11. So its electronic configuration will be 2, 8 electrons in second shell, and last 1 electron in the third shell. So here also the valence electron is 1. Potassium, you take the case of potassium. The atomic number is 19. So electronic configuration will be 2, 8, 8, 1. So here the valence electrons are 1. So when you arrange the elements in the order of increasing atomic number, the elements belonging to the same group, they have the same valence electrons. And I hope all of you know what are valence electrons. Valence electrons are the electrons which are present in the last shell. So as you have seen in group 1 elements, lithium, sodium, potassium, here the valence electrons are 1. In first case, lithium also, sodium also, potassium also, rubidium also, cesium also. I have not taken other examples because then just for simplicity I have taken the example of lithium, sodium and potassium. So one very important thing in modern form of periodic table is that when you arrange it in order of increasing atomic number, the elements of the same group, they have the same valence electron, and due to which the physical and the chemical properties are also same. Because if they have in group 1 elements, they have same valence electrons, that is 1. So they lose electrons easily in order to attain the stable configuration. So the elements which lose electrons are metals. So which means that the elements of group 1, they are metals. Okay. So that is the first and important thing. And the elements of group 1 are called as alkali metals. Why they are called as alkali metals? Because the bases, they dissolve in water to form alkalis. Now, period number tells the number of shells. Now, students, just see the periodic table. You can see the period number. What are periods? They are the horizontal rows are the periods. Now, you see period number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They tell us the number of shells. For example, you consider period number 2. So, in period number 2, the elements which fall in period number 2 are lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. And all these elements, they have 2 shells. Okay, period 3, the elements of sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine and argon. All these elements, they have maximum number of 3 shells. Now students, you just see the periodic table again. The elements on the left hand side are the metals, elements on the right hand side are the non-metals, and you can see a zigzag line here. They are all metalloids like boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic, tellurium and polonium. They all are metalloids because they have properties of metals also as well as non-metals. Now come to next topic, that is trends in the modern periodic table. Valency. What is valency? Valency is the number of electrons gained, lost or shared. Okay. Now all the elements of the same group, they have same valence electrons, so they will have same valency also. Let us again consider the case of group 1 elements like lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. Now all these elements have 1 valence electrons. They are in group 1, they have 1 valence electron. So the valency will be 1 because all these elements will lose 1 electrons in order to attain the stable configuration. Okay, so here the valency will be 1 and all these elements will be metals having the same physical and chemical properties. Now you come to group 2, that is beryllium, magnesium, calcium and so on. So all these elements will have the valence electrons will be 2 and they will lose 2 electrons, so valency will be 2. And they will also behave as metals. Okay, now let us come to group 13 elements, that is barium, aluminium, gallium and so on. Now they all belong to group 13. Does not mean that the valency is 13. It means that in the valence shell or in the last shell, the number of electrons are 3 because here the group number is 13. Okay, so for you consider the case of boron, which falls in group 13 and the atomic number of boron is 5. So here the electronic configuration is 2 and 3. That means the valence electron in the last shell is 3. Now again you come to aluminium. Now the atomic number of aluminium is 13. So here the electronic configuration is 2, 8 and 3. So the valence electrons are 3. Now, so here in these elements, in all the elements belonging to group 13, the valence electrons are 3. and what they will do, they will lose 3 electrons. Okay, and the valency will be plus 3. I hope it is clear to everyone. In group 13 elements, the number of valence electrons will be 3 because 10 electrons, that is 2 electrons in the, because 10 electrons, they are already accommodated in the shells, and the valence shell, that is the last shell, will have 3 electrons. Okay, now you just come to group 16 elements, that is oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, and so on. Now let us take the case of oxygen. Now the atomic number of oxygen is 8 here. So if atomic number of oxygen is 8, so the number of valence electrons will be 2 and 6. So valence electron is 6. So here oxygen will gain 2 electrons. So the valency will be minus 2. So all the elements of group 16, here they will have the valence electron 6 and they will gain 2 electrons and attain the stable configuration. So here the valency of all these elements of group 16 will be minus 2 and they all will behave as a non-metals having same chemical and physical properties. So what I mean to say is this: the elements falling in the same group will have same number of valence electrons, or you can say they will have the same electronic configuration, they will have same valency, thereby they will have same physical and chemical properties. Okay, is it clear? And you can also see one thing if you just see the periodic table here. When you go across the period, you will see that the atomic number is increasing by 1 unit. For example, you take second period, lithium is 3, beryllium is 4, boron is 5, carbon is 6, nitrogen is 7. So atomic number is increasing by 1 unit. Okay, now next we come to atomic size. Students, when you go down the group, let us take the example of group 1 again. When we go down the group, the number of shells are increasing. For example, in period 2, period number tells you the number of shells. For example, in period 2, all the elements of period 2, the number of shells are 2 shells. Now period 3, the elements have 3 shells. Period 4, the elements have 4 shells. So when we go down the group, the number of shells are increasing. So what does it mean? It means the valence electron are far from the nucleus. Nucleus is positively charged and the electrons in the valence shell or the valence electrons are negatively charged. So there is a strong force of attraction between the positively charged nucleus and the electrons. But as you go down the group, the number of valence shells are increasing. And what is happening? The valence shell and the valence electron, they go far from the positive nucleus, and the attraction between the valence electrons and the nucleus, that decreases, and the valence electrons can be easily lost by the element can easily lose valence electrons. For example, if you take the case of period 2, group 1, lithium. In lithium, the number of shells are 2, but valence electron is 1. Now you take another example, sodium, which falls in period 3. Now in sodium, the number of shells are 3, so that, and the valence electron is 1. So in case of lithium, the valence electron lies in second shell, whereas in case of sodium, the valence electron lies in third shell, and the distance of the third shell from the nucleus is more as compared to the distance of the second shell and the nucleus in case of lithium. So in case of sodium, the force of attraction between the electrons and the nucleus is less as compared to lithium. Thereby sodium can easily lose electrons, and we can say that sodium is more metallic than lithium, because as we go down the group, what happens? As we go down the group, the shells increases, the distance of the valence electrons from the nucleus increases, and the force of attraction decreases, and the elements can easily lose electrons. So metallic character increases as we go down the group. But when we go across the period, okay, like you take the case of group period 3. Now here all the elements, okay, all the elements, they are in second shell, the number of shell is same, but when you go from left hand side to right hand side, let us take the case of second period, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. They all have 2 shells, but what is happening? The atomic number is increasing. So atomic number of lithium is 3, beryllium is 4, boron is 5. So you will see that the atomic number is increasing. What does it mean? It means the number of protons or the number of positive charge is increasing, but the number of shells are same. That means the valence electron in all these elements, they lie in the second shell, or you can also say the distance of the valence electron from the positively charged nucleus is same in all the elements of period 2, but what is happening? The number of protons are increasing because atomic number is increasing. So as the positive charge is increasing, they pull the electrons or in the second shell more strongly when we go from right hand side to left hand side, and thereby the atomic radius or the size of the atom decreases from left hand side to right hand side. For example, let us take period 2. Here lithium. So the atomic number of lithium is 3. So, and the shells are 2, but the protons are 3 in case of beryllium. In case of beryllium also the total number of shells are 2, but the protons are 4, because what is atomic number? It is the total number of protons. In case of boron, here the protons are 5, and the number of shell is 2. Same in case of carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. The number of shells are same, that is 2 shells, but the number of protons are increasing. So what is happening? The positive charge is increasing. So what is happening? The force of attraction between the protons and the electron is also increasing, because in lithium there are only 3 protons. These 3 protons are pulling 1 electron, but in beryllium there are now 4 protons which will pull 1 valence electron more strongly. In case of boron, now the number of protons are 5, which will pull the valence electron more strongly compared to lithium. So when the valence electrons or the valence shell is pulled strongly, what happens? The size of the atom decreases. So when you go down the group, the atomic radii increases, metallic character increases, but when you go across the period, the size of the element or the size of the atom decreases and the metallic character decreases. Now last is metallic and the non-metallic properties. So that I told you just now, when you go down the period, down the group, the metallic character increases, and when you go across the period, the size decreases, thereby the metallic character decreases and the non-metallic character increases. Thank you, students. So I have finished with this chapter, that is periodic classification of elements, and in the next class we will start with the last chapter, that is carbon and its compounds. Students, this chapter is very easy, and just go through this chapter. If you have any doubt, any problem, you can clarify it. Thank you, students.